Hey everyone, welcome to your weekly energy update. And this week we have the full moon in Cancer on January 6th. It'll be around 4:07 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so you can adjust that for wherever you're at in the world. And so, of course, around a full moon, we can really be aware of the emotions that we have, because it always amplifies the emotions, like it impacts the tides of the water. It impacts the emotions that we have. So we're always sensitive around a full moon, but because the moon is in Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, even more. A water moon impacts us even more. So be really aware of the emotions that you're focusing on around a full moon, because it is going to be expanded. Also, the moon is going to be opposite Mercury in Capricorn, which does bring in like this revelation of truths that will come in. And so for this reading, we are going to be looking into what emotional truths does your shadow want revealed. We'll be looking at that. Also, of course, being around a full moon, it is an important time where we can use that energy for unveiling and letting go ceremonies to release things. Usually you get like 10 that you can focus on, and if you really do a ceremony within 8 hours before the full moon, it prepares the full moon energy to release these things. Now, if you present your wish, kind of your wish of unveiling and letting go, in a form of gratitude, like thank you for unveiling and helping me to let go of blocks that stood between me and fill in the blank, that allows this energy to help you with becoming aware, with the unveiling of things that are blocking you, but also the energy helps you in letting go of it. When we are looking at a, new moon wishes and full moon release type of things, when we focus on the energies around the sign of the moon, it is even more powerful, even more expansive. So just briefly, I'm going to pop up a screen here that talks about the Cancer impact, the Cancer type of energy. And when you look at that, Cancer is the, house and energy of home. So it's your home life, even your physical living structure. Do you desire to change a location or living situations? Is it time for a visit to that place you call home? Or are you looking up sprucing up or changing the energy of your nest? Do you have a sacred space within your home that's designated for you alone? That's something to consider. Cancer is also about family. So can the family tree use some care, or are there chains that can be broken? How do you relate to your childhood? What can use some transformation or revelation in regards to that? Also, it has to do with a giving heart. Cancers, all of you that have Cancer in your chart, are you overgiving? Are you wanting to move from this energy of codependence to independence or interdependence? Also, because your water energy is coming in here with Cancer, are you trusting your gut or wanting to enhance or upgrade your intuition? As I mentioned, Cancer is ruled by the moon, our mother Luna. So what also can be transformed in your relationship with mother figures? Is it time to think about parenthood or how you can be a nurturing source for others? Also, Cancer loves food. What is your relationship with food? What can be changed about your diet? And also, the Cancer sign rolls over the breast, the chest cavity, the pancreas, abnormal growths, and digestive related issues. So you can bring all of that into this unveiling and release type of ceremony. So I do have videos for each individual zodiac sign. And for the reading, as I mentioned, we are going to be looking into what emotional truths does your shadow want revealed right now. So we're going to jump into your sign right now. All right, Libra, this is your weekly energy update. And we're going to start off pulling a card here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box of the video down below. So if any of them catch your eye and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. So let's take a look here and see what area of your life that your shadow feels emotional truth can be revealed. All right, here we go. So for Libra, there we go. And you have Realization, card number 3. Beautiful card there. I'll put that right here. And let's see what comes in with this for you. So with self-awareness comes realization. Knowledge is power. Self-examination of your role within a situation is important. And as we move into the early waxing cycle, light begins to shine upon the shadows, illuminating what is. This is the beginning of a powerful process called realization. When we decide to really examine our lives without fear or favor, it can be hard. This is no doubt an act of courage. We might not like what we discover, after all, yet without self-awareness and the will to act upon those realizations, whether we perceive them as negative or positive, we do not get to change and grow without it. The realization that we have a pattern, a habit, or a behavior that is causing us pain is a powerful position, even though we may feel worry and pain around the discovery. We can then take personal responsibility to change our situation since we know our current position. Knowing ourselves more completely enables us to accept ourselves more readily and to dare to love exactly who we really are. The companion stone for that is aventurine. And so this realization, really understanding the part we play in old emotional situations. We will dive deeper in here into the Lonely Woods deck and see what area, more information around this. Maybe they'll tell us more about the specifics. But we'll find out here. We're going to pull more cards after this too. So let's take a look. What kind of clarity would you like to give Libra, please? Okay, they do want that one. You've got the learning of rights, R-I-T-E-S. That is card number 17. So we'll just slide that right in there. And let's see what that brings in here. So as you wander this path of the soul, you may come upon others like yourself who have formed small clans and found their place in the world. Watch as they celebrate the rebirth of their clan, the rise of the new, the passing of ritual from one generation to the other. Learn of these rites which can guide us all and be shared with all who have this tender love for other beings within their hearts. Make time for play, delight, and celebration in your rituals. Let them not be so earnest that all joy is dimmed. This is a time for the new, for the unlearned, for the joyous discovery of what could be and what will come. So anticipate this with all the sweetness that you can muster. So realization, and then it talked about finding more, more discovery here, right? And being excited about it. I know, right? Yay! Let's dive in. But it's like you're understanding. One thing that stood out for me really here too, that Spirit is bringing up, is what is passed down from generation to generation to generation. Things that we may not be even aware of because it seemed well, this is normal because we had it in our family, and the family before that, and the family before that. It just kept being passed down, so it's normal for us. But these realizations about our character, the piece that we're playing in whatever memory, whatever emotions are coming up, is what is really coming in here. It's like, oh wow, light being shone down on, all these situations happened 5 times, and I'm the common denominator in each one. And it's like, what of me, what of my own actions and emotions and choices is bringing this for me and bringing this to me. So we're also going to pull here from the Sun and Moon Tarot, see what they want to add into this. They'll give us more clarity and what more specifically they're talking about here. But it is about what is our part that we're playing in this drama, right? So let's take a look. Okay, they do want to go with this one first. Yeah, so here's the 5 of Swords. So swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And you can see there's someone pinned down by the swords here. And what that means is that, exactly as we were saying too, we develop small t truths, which are all the opinions that were given when we're growing up, usually from family and passed down generation of the supposed to and the should and the need to, the have to and the must. And then we take those on as our own and make sure, invest a lot of energy trying to live up to all those expectations. By golly, if we're going to do it, we also keep everyone else under it, which is this. We try to prove that our small t truth opinion is more truer than other people's small t truth opinion, all of which is rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. But the 5 of Swords, 5 is a number of change, and there is this change that happens here. As we connect more to the capital T truth of the higher realms, that which is rooted in unconditional love, we're able to cut away more thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve us, and it brings freedom to us, and then we let other people off the hook as well. And then you have another 5. So the Hierophant, this is digging in to understand what our capital T truth really is. It's this diving deep into understanding into our heart, into our soul, what is truth. And when we discover that, like I said, we don't care as much about these small t truths. We don't battle, we don't have conflict, because we're not trying to prove a small t truth is truer than others, or other people's are, where the loopholes and the wrong things are in their beliefs, because we're turning inward and upward, and we're finding one that's rooted in unconditional love. And we realize it's more prudent for us to look and sweep in front of our own door than to go and sweep in front of others. So there is this finding the truths of yourself and what you want to do and how you want to express yourself to the world. Yeah. And then you have the Magician. The Magician usually is there way up here, there's a infinity symbol, which represents our higher self and the power that we have. Whatever we focus on is what grows and expands in our life. And so when we realize that we don't have to take on these, the rights that we have for family and friends or whatever it might be that we're taught, and we're just carrying on, almost blindly carrying on from generation to generation, you're able to step out on your own, find out what your truth is, and you step out and you are your own. You're focusing your energy on what you want to grow, not what you were told is supposed to grow. And then you have the 7 of Swords. Yeah, so more discovering what of your own truths and mindsets and beliefs had been stealing from you, stealing love, stealing joy, stealing peace out of your life. So you are definitely going this realization of the supposed to's and shoulds and all those expectations, and you're really setting yourself free as you discover what your higher truth really is. Now we're also going to pull an archetype card here, which represents the overall personality. It could be more than one person, but it's going to be the same type of person that taught you these rights, that taught you a certain behavior that's in here, and we'll see what it is. I almost feel it's like a manipulative behavior of like the poor me and the anger, where there's a 3-step process with manipulation. The first thing is, we're taught, of course, that other people's emotions are our responsibility. If they're unhappy, it's our fault. Which once we get by that, going, you know what, you can give someone the world and they can still choose to be unhappy, you realize that you are only responsible for your own front door. You can only make choices, emotional choices for yourself, and so can the other person. Yeah, we can make it harder or easier for people to choose fear or unconditional love, but ultimately we all are the ones that make the decision. But the manipulation process is like if you don't do something that I want you to do, then I act sad and hurt, and you can't believe you did that. You hurt me. And that is to try to get you to feel responsible for my emotions, and then I'm going to get you to do what I want you to do. And if that doesn't work, then I go from sad to bully, where I get angry and I throw stuff around and yell, and maybe even, unfortunately, we can get into a physical abuse, right? That could be something that's been passing down from generation to generation, this how to manipulate, right? And so if the sad doesn't work and the bullying doesn't work, then we go to step 3, DEPTHCON 3, which is what all humans fear, which is the fear of rejection. We hang up, we walk out of the room, we give you the cold shoulder, we withdraw sex, whatever the rejection is, we do that. So 1, 2, and 3. And if that doesn't work, like if the rejection doesn't work and you don't come chasing after, well, we'll go back to number 1, sad. I can't believe when I hung up on you that you didn't call me back, or I walked out of the room, you didn't come back after me. So I feel like this is a lot of what is coming in here, is the 3 steps of manipulation that have been passed down. Maybe each one of these, there's a 3 and there's 3. So 3 different stages of manipulation to be aware of, because this is what's going to set you free. And there's your card. So this will be the type. It comes with the light attribute and the shadow. The shadow is when that person was acting in fear. You do have a mystic here, which says delusional rapport with the divine. So I feel like with the shadow attribute of a mystic, especially when there's this delusional rapport, like they are, I don't know if it was like someone faking or exaggerating, almost being like a martyr. For some reason, even though it's a mystic, I feels like someone played the martyr, like, the victim role. This is what happens to me. I can't believe no one wants to do this for me. It's like that first part, it seems like to be a really big part of it. Like they're the martyr, playing the martyr. And so whatever this individual is, and you'll know, they'll immediately come to your mind of going, yep, I remember that this is my perception, that I was responsible for their unhappiness. Even if other people were doing the things that were making them unhappy, I felt it was my job, and they were telling me this so that I would, do stuff, what they wanted me to do. And when you are in your love, when you're in your light, when you step outside of this manipulation, then you truly become a mystic in the light attribute, which you revel in an intimate union with the divine, because you are stepping outside of this manipulation and you're allowing yourself to see the world in a completely different way. When you're outside of that tactic, when you're outside of that pattern, you see the world so differently. You see it for truly for what it is. You can see the sadness and the bullying and the rejection and see what's happening, and you just don't get impacted by it like you used to. We're also going to pull from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot, see what else they want you to know around the martyr victim role that was kind of thrown your way when you were younger. So let's take a look here. What else? So those. Okay, what else? And that one. Okay. So start with these. You do have the 7 of discs, which is the 7 of pentacles. And this is great because this is that times are changing. The 7 of pentacles can be like, what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. But when the fruit starts to grow and you want something different, you're able to change things and put things into a new transition. You're able to head off in a different direction and invest your energy in a different way. So with this revelation we're talking about of going, wait a minute, I know who does that to me all the time. You know, the sadness, and then to the bullying, to the rejection. And then you also go like, oh my God, I see when I do this. Oh, wow. So it frees you and it frees other people as well. Yeah, and here's the Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups. So you do get a new feeling of love. You get a new feeling that's less restrictive, less pressure, less fear around it, because it's not conditional love that you can lose and have these repercussions. You find this deeper love from the inside and upward, which, of course, the Creator, the mother and father of all things, does not manipulate. Now, when you read his like spiritual documents and Bibles and all sorts of other books, you might have this interpretation of man writing things down saying, oh yeah, God was so hurt when we didn't do what they wanted us to do. And then he got angry and then he threw us out of the garden. I mean, we're taught manipulation even within our spiritual texts, that this is who God is. This is who the higher source is. But when you really get to know the Creator, when you really get to know them on a personal level, you realize they have unconditional love. They don't get sad. They don't get angry. They don't judge and reject. They have everything they need already. They are just with us, experiencing life with us, not judging us and, trying to make us do what they want us to do through manipulation. That's done through organized religion a lot. And I try not to come across like I'm dissing organized religion, because it is one of the few things in life that really introduces us at least to spirituality and the creative source, right? But it's the party we meet the Creator at. Getting to know the Creator in the universe, whatever you believe your higher power is, on a intimate one-on-one relationship, that is what changes everything. When you just take on what everyone else is telling you about, what the relationship is supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be, it's like someone telling you how your friendship is supposed to be with your best friend. It's like, I get to decide that and they get to decide that together, not with everyone else's opinion. So I like that. And then you have the King of Cups. Yep, the highest love that you can experience. The love from above coming in here. That's can mean a variety of things, but I just feel with the Page of Cups offering you the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups also offering you the Ace of Cups. It's just reiterating the message I talked about here. Yeah, and you are ready for this rebirth, this death, this ending and this new beginning in regards to this victimhood and this way of looking at things. This realization is coming up. It's like, oh, now I understand why I was so unhappy in these situations, because I had this victim mentality that everyone was supposed to do what I thought they were supposed to do. And when I was sad, they were supposed to do what I want, but they didn't. And then when I got angry, they still didn't do what I want to do. And then when I rejected them, they still didn't do it. And we're seeing that, oh, if I stop that pattern and that habit, it changes my interaction so much. Also, if I stop responding to those others and not giving in to the sadness, the bullying, and the rejection, it also causes us to have to communicate. That's like one of my relationships, one of the transformative. I mean, everyone was transformative. I can go through each one and talk about what I learned, but in this particular one, they would go, because I would do that. That's why I learned about the 3 stages of manipulation, because I was doing it. They wouldn't do what I wanted them to do, or they weren't acting the way that I thought we were supposed to. So I would act sad and hurt, walk out of the room, they wouldn't follow me, or they'd go, "You're going to cry me a handful? You're going to ride that lip to town?" And so it really helped transform my life. And I understand why that mirror was in my life at that time. But I love this. This is freeing for you, this death and this rebirth. And then we're going to pull from the True Heart Tarot. I'm sorry, the Naked Heart Tarot. True Heart is what I just pulled from here. And to see what your final messages are here. So for Libra, what's your final message for them, please? Okay. All right. So let's see what we got here. So we got the Eight of Pentacles. So you are doing the work. You are releasing things, and this moves things in your physical world, both in relationship. I mean, and you don't realize all the different areas of your life that it impacts. You're probably doing it in work, or it happens to you in the workplace. Wherever it may be, this is movement in the outside world that comes from this awareness, this realization that you're stepping into. Yes, victory and more movement. So it's definitely impacting your life. Any kind of energetic blocks, things that were keeping you from moving forward, this definitely is showing that things start happening fast in your life as you release the sad, bully, rejection kind of manipulation. Yeah, and here's the Innocence of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. Here's you connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which is rooted in unconditional love, and it allows you to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets around manipulation, or if you're recognizing that there's a pattern that has been, regurgitated over and over and over again. Even if you hear yourself saying, "Oh my gosh, this is what my parents used to do, or my grandparents used to do," you're like, "I see where this came from." So there's this release that comes in. Wow. And here's you got the Page of Cups again. So that reminder that this love that you get from above is what just transforms everything for you, because you don't feel the need to control things on the outside of you, because you're finding what you need within you and upward in that unconditional love that's available to you. And you do have a hermit's journey. So pulling back and really focusing on yourself is a good thing to do with this, because you do connect to the star up here, which is your higher self. With this love, with this getting away, you're able to really see things, even pulling back into your shell a bit, where when people start acting manipulative or you feel the desire to, stepping backwards allows you to, see things from a different perspective, not get involved in the drama and watch drama unfold. And you're like, "Oh, I see it." Once you see it, you can't unsee it, because you start to hear people. You go to get a coffee somewhere and you hear people, "Oh, I can't believe it." And you hear the other people trying to rescue him, or that the other person doesn't, and the other person gets angry and gets upset. And you're like, "Oh, drama. Look at, you can see it, the manipulative drama that unfolds." So I do love this for you. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, please know that in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, pick a card readings, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get updated immediately when they become available, give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. And then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. And when you go in there is an option for all, which if you select, two things happen. One, you'll be notified immediately when new videos are posted. And two, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. I know. In addition to all of that, also it helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy crazy happy. It wants to automatically share my videos as recommended videos to other people. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I also offer personal readings, and all that information is listed down in the description box of the video below. All right, Libra, as you go into this wonderful awareness, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. But in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.